Hello, my colleagues and I at Cumbria University were asked to present our thoughts on how schools of the future and primary education itself may look and operate.
In critically analysing a range of processes and their impact on both teachers and children alike, the students were able to creatively and constructively approach innovation and technology, as well as demonstrate a thorough understanding of potential impact of new initiatives and a pedagogical vision of classrooms and learning environments of the future.
This in turn highlighted the key challenges faced by schools in dealing with rapid growth in technology in today's environment.
Their findings are presented here and start with the fundamental question: continuity and changes. What changes, if any, and why?
When Steve Jobs of Apple met Bill Gates of Microsoft in May 2011, their talk was of their mutual disappointment that technology had not played a more major part in education worldwide than they'd expected. Even in the 1960s, when computing was in its infancy, the forecasts for their educational implications were highlighted. Patrick Supps of Stanford University saw almost limitless potential. He talked of children having a learning tutor as knowledgeable as Aristotle at their fingertips. And although Gates himself views some inspirational ideas as having impact already, the flipped learning technique being one which requires students having accessed the lesson at home via the World Wide Web ahead of a teacher-led lesson which is used for queries and problem solving, he also acknowledges that the personal learning agenda is still only a pipe dream. In many other areas, technological advancement has proved invaluable, in the media and medicine for instance. So why is this not so in education?
Computer science is one of the most exciting developments in the modern world. What I want to do is to make sure that instead of just using the apps of today, that our students are creating the apps of tomorrow. And I want to work with the real leaders in computer science to make sure that our curriculum reflects what's happening at the cutting edge.
The support Michael Gove pledges may well lead to this: the Raspberry Pi, developed by computer scientists at Cambridge University and designed to initiate children's interest in coding or the art of programming programs. Rushkoff, 2010, believes that globally we are too reliant on using technology without understanding how it works, and if nothing is addressed in education, it may end up by 2020 with a nation of users but no programmers. Raspberry Pi is at the innovation stage and is due to be launched imminently, and it could help to rectify this. Prensky's research from 2001 suggests that students spend their entire lives surrounded by and using computers, video games, mobile phones, and digital technology to the extent that today they think and process information fundamentally differently to that of their predecessors. Their thinking patterns have shifted. Prensky views the teaching generation as digital immigrants and the children of today as digital natives. The potential gap between the two could be extremely large, the size of a chasm in fact. Typically, natives are much more comfortable with technological advances than immigrants, and often don't understand the old-fashioned terminology that immigrants use. Therefore, Prensky strongly suggests that the children of today are more than ready for change. So their language is changing too. They've adopted digital language, and Prensky suggests that we must strive to keep up. Firstly, in our methodology, how we teach, probably faster paced and intuitive, and secondly, the content. Even back in 1997, Seymour Papert was producing journals on the importance of radical change in educational technology. His article, Looking at Technology Through School-Coloured Spectacles, highlights how narrowly education utilised the massive advancements. Where do we go with technology in the classroom? Papert argued in Spectacles that small changes would prove pretty irrelevant if it meant that they were merely integrated into the curriculum, into the classroom as it stands. So Papert advocates big changes whereby classroom space would be reinvented and children's learning styles appreciated. During the rest of our presentation, my colleagues will present to you our joint vision of a future learning environment, complete with proposals for teaching and learning strategies that map clearly into a future curriculum, allowing children to revel in their role as digital natives.